All right, everybody. What to y'all? Come on, let's keep the praise together. Come on. Let's give God praise. He's worthy. Jesus is worthy. Oh, yeah. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Òbígbà tí gbẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ mojú parẹ́. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ lèmi òwò lẹ́fọ̀. Ọba tí kò jẹ́ kí ìjì ayé gbé mi lọ. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Òbígbà tí gbẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ mojú parẹ́. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ lèmi òwò lẹ́fọ̀. Ọba tí kò jẹ́ kí ìjì ayé gbé mi lọ. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Ẹni bá borí rẹ̀ o. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Olúwa o. Mojú parẹ́. Ọba o. Ẹni bá borí o. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Ẹni bá borí. Ẹni bá borí Jésù kó bá mi gbéga. Olúwa o.
Welcome, Marriott. What's going on, Marriott? Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Orúkọ ńláńlá, orúkọ Jésù, ó kárí gbogbo ayé pátápátá.
Ìjìnlẹ̀, orúkọ ńláńlá, orúkọ Jésù, ó kárí ayé.
Ìjìnlẹ̀, 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 olórúkọ ńláńlá, orúkọ Jésù, ó kárí gbogbo ayé. Ó kárí.
Welcome. Marriott Afana. Marriott, didn't you say Pop C was an apostolic person? Or apostle, something like that. I think you said something like that in the past, right? Welcome, everybody. We have a good show today. We're bringing GEHGEH. We're bringing GEHGEH to the stage. GEHGEH is going to teach us. GEHGEH started a university. So we're going to be reviewing some of the material and then assessing and see if there are any sense whatsoever in all of this. Welcome back. If you're brand new here, if you're a GEHGEH student, signify. Let us know who you are. Let us know who you are if you're a GEHGEH student. All right. I think Jan on board. All right, good. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. That thing sound low for me. Let's bring it up. Aha. Hit the like button as you're coming in. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. I am a marriage and relationship coach in partnership with my wife. I've written 2 books. You can download them for free by simply joining the boot camp. There's a $97 21-day boot camp that you'll be working with us directly. You can start at any time. You get the 2 books for free. You get a free consultation for free as well. And what we do here, this is Man of Prestige. What we do here is we talk about relationships, of course, but we're more or less we're extracting life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. Today, the trendy guy on TikTok is, well, since yesterday, has been GEHGEH. If you didn't know GEHGEH, well, today I'm going to introduce you to GEHGEH. But you and I, we assess if what he's saying is making sense. A lot of young men across the internet, across social media, across TikTok, across Nigeria, they are finding sense in what he's saying. So you and I again today will look at it and see if there is any sense. I've been seeing him everywhere for a while. He was even on Honest Bunch podcast not too long ago. Hold on. All right. So, but before we continue, do me a favor, hit like, share, and subscribe. Share this platform with everyone you know that cares about relationship, including those that say they don't care. They care. They're just angry at the moment. It's okay. Just share with them. We take our time to dissect our very basic human need, which is connection, love, and connection. We all have that need, and sometimes we have the need so thick that we're willing to say, "Who cares? We don't care." We're walking away. Everybody, all the genders are walking away from each other, as far as we know right now. But may God help us. But anyway, just help me hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. You can support. Shout out to all my supporters, all the supporters of the platform, all the investors, all the sponsors. I appreciate you. I did not update this, but we're moving very close to our goal for the month. You can use any of the information that's scrolling through the screen. They're all scrolling through the screen at all times. All right, so without any further ado, before we get into GEHGEH, I'm not sure if I should. No, let me just stay focused. Let's stay focused. I like how we've been staying focused. Let's stay focused. But this guy right here, his name is GEHGEH. This is his page. If you've never seen him before, I'm not surprised. 2.3 million people is not a lot of people, but it's a lot of followers. That's a lot of people that think you are making sense. Just because 2.3 million people think you are making sense does not necessarily mean sense, but something is hitting a nerve. Something is landing on a nerve somewhere. It's making sense to somebody. There's some element of truth, and we cannot be in denial about that. Okay, so even if it's somebody's truth that we need to debunk, we need to pay attention to it, especially when it comes to relationship or relationships, love and connection, right? We need to pay attention. But this is his page. You can see here he's only following 43 people. He has 2.3 million followers, but originally he was known as financial expert. a serial entrepreneur. Till today, if you Google his name, we can't really find much, you know, because this is all fresh. But it's that tells you it's hot. It's hot, right off the press, right? But let's just call him. Maybe some people might officially call him a skit maker. You know, maybe are people cashing out on TikTok? Yes, so yes. So I don't know exactly to how much. Somebody was saying earlier on today that I should go live on TikTok so they can do live with me. I haven't done the assessment. I don't know how much coins is there to replace my monthly livelihood yet. Maybe maybe somebody can teach me. Maybe I might change my mind. You know. So yeah, I think people are cashing out, you know. So but also it's a lot of content creators out of Nigeria, so you can imagine if it's ordinary $200 a month, it goes a long way. But GEHGEH is doing much more than that now. GEHGEH is doing very well. GEHGEH was also featured with Pella. I think Pella might be one of the biggest TikTokers right now out of Nigeria. This young 19, 20, 21-year-old kid who is with Jarvis. Jarvis is another content creator. So many of them are popping up. But this guy was supposed to be a financial expert, serial entrepreneur, and suddenly it says Africa's most experienced financial coach. Interesting. Who's going to question him? But anyway, this is the guy we're talking about. Let's listen to this first video.
Uniform don't land. Get University of Wisdom and Understanding. We don't finally get uniform. If you are my student, go and get this uniform. See on a better quality. Better quality. So get this uniform. Go visit Very page on Instagram. See, I'm here. GEHGEH. Now we are here. All my students, go and get this uniform for small money, 70,000 naira. Better quality. Visit Very page on Instagram. Message them.
He has uniforms
for just 70,000 naira with my autograph. Go there inside. You know understand. Now my uniform be this. Yeah, again, because say you ugly, and the reason why you go open university, so I mean men not they love women again. I not blame you. When I mind the guys when they talk for Nigeria, when I get luck say God create me come this world as human being. I blame myself say God create me come this world as human being. People don't say I come as bird and they fly like eagle for sky. When you want me, we want me rubbish inside the board. Guess the SUG president. We are my students. Mona come home. Our school is on fire. GEHGEH come back to our school. Fupe reject me. Unibe decline. Now you want to come back, a professor, to come and be a student in your school. If you won't give me job as lecturer, I will not accept it.
Not job or job.
Because when I look down on me and I pour me speed, now I don't go find my own school. GEHGEH come back to our school. For Nigeria, a professor, you want to lecture a professor.
Okay, so just in case you missed that, he's saying that he blamed himself. If you don't understand Pidgin, let me help a little bit. He said he blamed himself for coming into this world, that he should have come as a bird and be flying. And then he's finding disrespect because once upon a time, like Uniben did not respect him. And now they need to invite him back because it's a whole professor, because he started his own university on the internet. Now, a lot of this will sound like sarcasm. I'm not sure if it is all the way sarcasm. I'm not sure. But let's get to it. The comment says already got mine. Somebody got their own uniform. Somebody say better make I buy uniform than give woman the money. Okay, we're getting to the story because remember it's about relationships. He was supposed to be a financial expert, but in the last few days he's turned to the grand professor of all Nigerian men, African men. In fact, somebody said men, even Caucasian men around the world are using AI to translate his pidgin English to real English, and they are finding sense in some of the things he's saying. What is he saying that's making so much sense? I'm sure you want to know if you're meeting him for the first time. But wait, somebody said, "Oh, the exam hard though." Somebody said, "Chairman, with waiting you don't teach me to buy uniform, 70k na financial mistake." So he's used to saying some things that are financial mistake. He will come and say, "Let me advise." He advised Sidaboj, he advised Davido, he advised Burna Boy, he advised them on all the financial mistakes they've made. But now he's starting to teach young men how the biggest financial mistake of all, which is women. But wait, hold on one second. Wait. 70,000 naira for uniform. Make a first drop out. Some people are dropping out because of 70k. You guys are not serious yet. Anyway, some people are trolling. But again, when people go viral like this, there are elements of truth there. And it's the truth that I want us to extract. That's usually like a 80-20, usually 80-20 rule, right? 80% truth, 20% poison. I like to say 99% truth, 1% poison, because they also tend to get emotional if you attack their talking point too far. So give them the 99%, but there's 1% poison that can take anybody out. But anyway, so that's his page. He went viral for just, silently, mistakenly, sideways-ish dragging people in the past. One of the people he dragged was this young lady that was also going viral once upon a time, Seda Budge, right? In fact, let me see if I can find that video real quick. You can see a lot of videos in boxers. It reminds me of a particular person who is a self-proclaimed king of integrity in Nigeria. None other than the one and only very dark man. Now there was again, it's been on my radar for a while because I'm like, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know what it is. Something is off. Somebody say you're a hater. Why are you looking for something that's off? You're right. Maybe I'm a hater, but anyway, I'm gonna play another video. No, let's just get into it. Okay, so why am I bringing him to the surface? So yesterday I wanted to do a follow-up video to my feature on Auntie B's platform yesterday, where they were talking about exes and stuff. I might still do that. I'll still do that session. But then I noticed this young man is going viral for advising men on relationships. I said, I think we should talk about this one first. So let me play this for you and then we'll talk.
Money, they interested in a toto. You know that because now all these guys who they claim to be your girlfriend, many of them don't really want to into relationship. They don't want to be your girlfriend. They just do that because of what if they provide the benefits. And the day the benefits stop, they will dump you, move on to the next person. Real life, it's about personal interest. They don't care about you, how you feel, not really concerned them. Something happened to me recently, very heartbreaking, but at the end of the day, I don't prepare for days like this. So, nothing they surprise me again for this life when they live. Nothing they surprise me again. This gaming at the day steady.
I'll turn down the music just in case it's disturbing.
3 days, sometimes 5 days, she'll go back. So the girl boy.
Number one, my girlfriend is rented.
Number one, my girlfriend is rented.
Nothing they surprise me.
GEHGEH lecture. My girlfriend is rented. My girlfriend is rented. Just for the moment.
Nobody they call, but she and her friend always they talk for hours. Yeah. But she knows even not the year waiting they talk. Yeah. But me as a smart person, even as another year Igbo, you can't get one particular. Recently she come.
This is me as a smart person for me.
Even as another Igbo boy, you know when person they talk about you, they know say this conversation about me. I don't pick am like that. I can't put my phone on record. After she made the call.
If you notice the caption says we're in final year in the what? In the GEHGEH University of Relationships.
Finish. I can't send the conversation when I record to my guy with the Igbo guy. They interested in your money.
Okay, let me hear the first line first.
They interested in a toto. You know that because now all these guys who they claim to be your girlfriend, many of them don't really want to into relationship. They don't want to.
All this girl that came to be your girlfriend now, somebody said, don't date students, don't date hookup girls, don't date baby mama, don't date any girl with no different type of boys. Our last topic. Okay, all right, so let me come to our chat real quick. Shout out to 2YOK. 2YOK say, I hope this course is teaching men abstinence and sexual discipline. Actually, you know the funny thing? He actually did like a whole challenge like 2 months ago or so where he was teaching men to go on strike from Toto. You like that, don't you, right? Anyway, let's move on to the next one real quick.
Okay, this is a crash.
No, not this one, not this one.
14s. We want start lecture now.
40s.
14s.
GEHGEH is mentoring men in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, as you can imagine. This is our very own Nigerian red pill god, Kevin Samuels, if you will, the Andrew Tate of Nigeria, if you will. Okay, so let's listen though. Maybe it's not as toxic.
You supposed to know about relationship as a normal young boy who don't come of age. These are the things you're supposed to know about relationship. Number one,
things you're supposed to know about relationships. I'll do some translation.
Your girlfriend.
Your girlfriend.
That your current girlfriend, so they already get your replacement. Now you never see her.
Your girlfriend already has a replacement. It is you that don't ever see it. Let's continue.
That your girl where they follow the stunt it every day. She get your replacement already. Then they talk for their phone. Then they communicate. They feel never they serious like that. I know what they tell you. My ex-girlfriend, the guy will be say she married. Where she married recently. So that guy don't did the same thing. But that time this guy say, I know, because I did very smart and sharp. That time she always tell me say, na just normal person. That time. Even when I did Ghana that time too. So me as I quick understand that I could withdraw my body. True, now that guy now they married. That guy now she married. They married.
He withdrawn his body. His body is choice. You can make this up, right? Now he said something here. Said there was a guy that was the guy that the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, married was already on the scene. This guy was already in the emotional orbitals while they were dating. So eventually, once he removed his body, as a my body, my choice type of deal. Let's continue.
This year, I'm not the vessel that marry you. I just let you they know so you go learn.
It's not angry.
That
not
your girlfriend
angry.
will deal with you. So the person
No rage.
there already. If you be former classmates, that person is already there. They already did the picture. On a feel they greet you. Say you feel even know. I feel no, but you they feel like it's a normal person. May I tell you something? One guy from my side.
No, before we get into the story, he's going to tell us a story, right? If you're telling a bunch of young men that their girlfriend already has a girl, that creates all types of impact, right? That's the, ideally, he has good intentions. He's just trying to help men understand that these women ain't loyal. That's what he's trying to say. So what would they do with that information? It's information, right? But before we determine if it's good or bad information, right? Before we determine that, what should they do with such information is the question now, right? No, never mind what they should do with the information, because that would be fantasies. What do you think an average person that's engaged with this conversation, what do you think they would do with this information? Once you just think about it, and then we'll come back to it. What would they do with this information? Now, if they take this as gospel truth, right? That your girlfriend already has a replacement, which by the way could be true, right? But somebody who is soaking this in at a religious level, as per they are a student of the university. In fact, they've gone through year 1, year 2, year 2, year 3, year 4, final year. What do you think they would, realistically speaking, what would they do with the information is a question. Let's continue with the lectures.
This guy, the bike man. That that time we say Tuesday night, people they get their normal personal bike man with the anytime they want come off, you put on come and go carry them. So you get one girl where they date. The girl where they date. This bike man, they always said to go carry the girl. To go carry the girl. That your girlfriend, no. Anytime we say maybe get one commit or you get one go ass, you call your bike man. If I go carry my girl. Could you believe say now that bike man I married the girl?
Hey, the bike man married the girl.
But the girl do bike man again, no. You don't see the alright as normal guy. You can normal. Miss, I don't see drive bike before. I don't buy like 2 bike before. I'll use bike also.
It's not angry.
That's where they balance me.
It's a point he's trying to make here.
But now they do all those things again. Now that guy, so that bike man where they always go drop a girl for and so. Now later married the girl. They end up together. So that your current girlfriend, your present girlfriend,
number one,
don't get your replacement.
Don't get a replacement. Again, what would the impressionable mind do with this information? Because as far as GEHGEH is concerned, the lesson has ended. Just know this and no peace. Your girlfriend already has a replacement. But in real life, the lesson is beyond that. The lesson starts with this. The answer to this question. What do you think the impressionable mind, maybe don't even let's not be disrespectful. The average person's mind that's really, really liking this lesson, what do you think they would do with this information? Right? 2YOK says insecurity living in an echo chamber. Uncle Beno, I hail, brother. But is it teaching men to be responsible partners? Many of them are soaking in like Gary and groundnut. Not to trust women. Okay. So now, if they don't trust women, do you think they will stay away from women? That's another layer, right? You know, people will get angry sometimes. Say, I don't want to do anymore. Men are walking away. Men, they said, meet Gao. Men going their own way. Men going, MGT, men going their own way. Women too will turn around and do the same thing. Women too will say, we're dumping you. Well, women are actually dumping in reality, but I'm just saying, they don't want to do anymore until Konji is a bastard. But anyway, let's continue. GEHGEH is teaching us something. Number one lesson: your girlfriend, your boo has a boo. Even your boo has a boo. Let's continue.
Now you they feel like say now only you day, not be only you day. Definitely never the knack, definitely not the knack. But the replacement of you say in case you come out, the person will replace you. Don't did the picture already. Now you know they see him, but she know him. Her best friend know him. Now why if you want to know the secret about your girlfriend, not make that your girlfriend best friend so. Try offend them. Tell her something about her. Like your insult her. Make she tell you the history of that your girlfriend. So. Or know her boyfriend. She go to tell her boyfriend. If you want to know the secret about your girlfriend now, she must get one girl who be seen her best friend. If you know that her best friend boyfriend, when I call they close, she go tell you the secret every way you don't want to tell
the
you
best
about
friend
that,
boyfriend.
yeah.
So okay.
You go not the gossip that
He's giving somewhat of a secret. Just go and befriend your boyfriend. You never have to admit that you have insecurity, by the way, because some of you will call you out on it anyway. But anyway, I'm just saying you never have to admit that you have insecurity. Let's just call it African cultural man, right? Odogu. But that your boyfriend, that your friend, your girlfriend, boyfriend, go and look for them, find their number, go to your girlfriend's phone, find the number, and befriend them. That's how you become a man.
your girlfriend see this tell her something.
Oh, wow.
If they come on, they go the knock any I'm young man na fasa you be masu kurubu. I'm young man na you go don't tell your boyfriend like that. So if that guy na your friend and
precisely
your girl
Marriott
na friend, that one will clear you everything.
Yes, there's something called the semen retention men, the no fap movement here in the United States. This is the Niger version of it. They are on strike. They don't want to. They're staying away from women. Not really. They're just probably staying away from relationships. That's why they are a bunch of single men. If they present Toto on a silver platter, they would take it. Anyway, all these Nigerian men and women that are always on a horny mode like rabbits will stay away. See, with the question mark, right? Will they stay away? No, they're not. They're going to create children. Fatherless, motherless children. Single parent household children. That's what they're going to create. That's why we're talking.
They don't talk about your girlfriend. Because they know their self secret. They know where they work out they go. Now you don't know. So what you're supposed to know about relationship, number one. Your replacement already into the picture. Now you never see.
That's the first lesson. You have attended the first year of GEHGEH University. Did you learn something? Would you continue? Will you? Can you pass an exam? Will you promote? Let's continue. Hold on.
Relationship can be defined as a situation by which you invite somebody into your life to carry the responsibility of that person, and when you not get again, the person go move on to the next person who go fit carry our responsibility. Everybody say relationship is overrated.
Okay, all right, let's go back. He just defined relationship. What is a relationship? GEHGEH, tell us.
Relationship can be defined as a situation by which you invite somebody into your life to carry the responsibility of that person, and when you not get again, the person go move on to the next person wey go fit carry her responsibility. Everybody
He's trying to tell you that relationships are basically transactional interaction between human beings. He said it's. Let me go back again. I enjoy that.
relationship can be defined as a situation by which you invite somebody into your life to carry the responsibility of that person, and when you not get again, the person go move on to the next person wey go fit carry her responsibility. Everybody say relationship is overrated. Relationship is overrated. Where those yahoo boys of 2022 to 2024, those that girlfriends of that time where the boys dey hot, anywhere the boys dey, you must see the girls for there. Where those girls, 90% of them don't break up with those boys, as the boys don't broke now. This one, they tell you not believe me, go and do research. Those yahoo boys wey their hand hot before, as they don't broke, go check them. Those girls wey they date that time, they not deal with them again. They are now in a new relationship with new set of people. That time when those boys they hot, anything where they buy for themselves, they go buy for the girl, because they believe, say, and many of them believe that I say, now the grace of the.
Okay, so he's just telling us it's transactional. Again, GEHGEH yes, so GEHGEH University, that Chucky, welcome to Chucky. GEHGEH University, we are all attending today. Okay, the problem with calling relationships, okay, so let me do 1 and 2. We're just going to do some lessons as we're getting through it. Again, 99% truth, 1% poison. That poison can destroy you. Well, that's all it takes, 1% poison to kill people, right? What is the 99% truth here? That human beings are transactional. Yes, human beings at some point we want to know what's in it for them. What's in it for me? WIIFM. Okay, but usually what starts a relationship, if it's romantic, it's not give and take. It's usually because somebody's infatuated by another person, meaning you have this urge to give in to another person. Starting with giving yourself into that person. Of course, once you finish, start to enter. Right, you start to wonder what's in it for me, right? Let's call it see finish. We call it taking each other for granted and all that kind of stuff. We need to highlight that. Now, it is actually sweetest in that time. That's why we all love the idea of falling in love. The only people that argue against falling in love are people that don't collect GEHGEH. So now they resent it, and then they turn around and start saying, love is not enough. Love is not enough. Those are people resenting the GEHGEH they don't collect from love before. We've all been there, right? All right, now. So the real question is not to tell ourselves lies. The real question is like, let's make sure we identify all the different nuances in what we're going through. It's super difficult to do if you are the subject, right? But that's why we're here to talk about it, right? So what we're looking for, we're looking for that same feeling. Some people say love is not about happiness. They say, yes, it is. It's just that you need to be able to sustain it over a period of time. They will come back and say, no, it's about fulfillment. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, okay? It's just that one seems like joy, like sustained over a period of time. It's the same thing. Happiness is fleeting. It's a feeling in a moment in time. But you're still looking for the same thing, but you want it to be sustained over a period of time. If you don't say that truth, you are deceiving yourself. You're lying. That's the poison. That's what he's saying. The first rule he gave, the first one that we're highlighting today, is that your girlfriend has a girlfriend. It's dangerous to go into a relationship with that mindset. It's a mindset. It's not the thing. It's not that it's not lying, because some people's girlfriend already has a replacement. Not girlfriend has a girlfriend, have a replacement. It is true for many people. Okay? It's true for many people. I even tell you, let me even shock you. Okay? Your wife has a replacement. They're always hanging out in the orbitals, in the emotional orbitals. They're in the WhatsApp group. They're in the student reunion school, in secondary school. So if you don't know what you're doing as a man, yes, somebody can snatch your wife from a secondary school reunion. Is it your fault? No, it's not about your fault. It's not about that. I'm just saying that's the reality happening to some people. So that's a real thing. There's an active marketplace of 8 billion people. So if you think you're just going to do silent treatment and then you come back to your wife 8 months later with no sex, you are deceiving yourself. There was an argument that was just going on TikTok. People thinking their children will always come back to them. They will always look for their father. The always is the wrong part of it. The always is the poison. It's not always true. Some children will look for their father, and it's not always the children that resent their mother. Some children just have questions, and they want it answered. And some children, yes, they want a relationship that they never had. And some children, they can't stand your ass because they've heard the story and they believe it. It's all kind of nuances in that. So this is what you need to watch out for when you're dealing with people like GEHGEH. They will speak truth. In fact, you guys, you can relate. You say, yes, yes, that's why they go viral, because there's actually truth in what they're saying. But the danger is in the truth that you're not exposed to, the poison, the 1%. That's the danger. So what's the danger in this? How do you go into a romantic relationship without trusting? Why would you want to do somebody's son that way? Why would you want to do somebody's daughter in that way when you have your fences, your guards up already going into this relationship? You just want to go and show people's children shaggy for no reason. That's why we say heal before you deal. Shout out to Dr. Kingsley Okonkwo. Make sure you heal before you deal, because everything this guy is saying will make sense to you if you don't collect shaggy from the other gender. You know, did you realize he told us a story of an ex-girlfriend that now went to marry another person, but the guy had always been hanging out? No, they missed that part. That's why I call them the recovering simps. They try to pretend, no, we're just talking in general. We're just talking in general. It is not, why do we have to know my personal story? You told me your personal story already. I just won't tell you that you already told me. How about that? All right, so it's he just defined relationship as transactional. Yes, to some extent. There are, in fact, to a large extent, there's truth to it. But now, when it comes to love being transactional, at what point do you want to just give to other people when you realize that you too, you're a God, and you should be pouring into yourself so you can have enough to pour into other people, so you can attract healthy people just like yourself, so you don't go into a relationship drained, so that you can go into a relationship, go and drain another person. Because that's what happens. If you go into a relationship drain, you're going to drain another person's child. Yeah. Welcome, Chinye. I see you, Chinye. Welcome back. Welcome back. Transactional relationship. It's like they're telling us something we already know. Relationship is literally that. It's an exchange. You're not telling us anything new is the problem. Yes, you're telling the truth, but there's nothing new. But why do people engage something that we already know? So what's the point of this? Why is it tagging onto somebody's pain so badly? That's what we need to talk about. Because we already know that human interactions are transactional. But why is it that people go into it without leading with that? Why do people give in or pour into other people just from their spirit? Because they get from it. Like there's a basic human need here. It's called contribution. Right? So when people pour into you, it's still transactional in that sense. Number 6 here, right? We have basic human needs: certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. So when people do charity, they're getting at an emotional level from that, even though they're pouring into you, but they're feeding their soul while doing that as well. Again, no matter how you look at relationship, it is always transactional. But as a mindset, there's a difference between what is and how your mindset works. You know what controls relationship the most? It's not the quote-unquote realities, let's just tell ourselves the truth, tangible, touchables. It's not. It's the mindset that controls the relationship the most. It is no wonder why you might go through University of GEHGEH all the way through 500 level, but you go still collect opwe.
Sorry.
Because you didn't deal with the issue. You were in denial. You were deceiving yourself all along. You were telling yourself things that made you feel better. Things like, love is not enough. Love is not enough. Who said it was enough before? First of all, it's enough. It depends on what you mean by love, first of all. Second of all, who said it was enough? Well, where did you get the idea that anything that's worthwhile in life is going to come easy? There's nothing that's worthwhile in life that comes easy. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it right. Oh, may God help us. Anyway, GEHGEH University is going viral. Go figure. I want to collect. Oh my shit. People are suffering. 2YO cases. Relationships are transactional, but he is coming from a biased perspective against women. He's not balanced in his approach. Anyway, I think some people are catching cruise with him. Some are catching cruise, yes, absolutely. But we can't really catch cruise unless we see element of truth. The best comedians in life, they use truth to tell us jokes. So I want us to focus on the fact that this is hitting a nerve somewhere. Okay. Some lady come on IG and told everyone, if you want to date her, you can't pay with Apple Pay. Problems. Everybody's collecting everyone, both side of the gender. Black Diamond, hello, welcome. Let me see here. Relationship is draining, sucks the life out of you. Yes, if you don't take care of yourself, relationship will drain you. Not only that, you're probably going to drain the other person too. If you don't know how to take care of yourself, that's why I've been telling men from day one, said, you too, you deserve soft life. Stop trying to carry all this weight. You know, when a man tells himself, he say, when a child becomes older, they will look for you. That's too much weight for you to carry. It's actually easier to be a present father. It's actually easier to be a present father. You know what else is easier? When you're able to see truth as a man and see the truth and say, this is just the truth. And you don't tell yourself another form of truth that make you feel better or that generalize everybody into a box. Because you know why we generalize? We all do, right? You know why we generalize? It soothes the pain a little bit. It makes us feel better that we're not alone. The reality is that your story is your story. You're still alone. Your story is unique to you. You're still alone. Yes, there are patterns. Yes, there are principles, but all of this have to be applied at the personal level. That's why I say you have to feed yourself, take care of yourself first. It doesn't matter what status of the relationship you're in. A dating, relationship, talking stage, divorce, out of order. Divorce, married, it doesn't matter. You can't pour from an empty cup. You would drain. Not only that, you would drain the other person. And that person you are draining, if they're a narcissist, God helps you. Because that's actually what feeds their soul. You never see that one coming. Let's continue. Chia says, some children saw things by themselves and was not manipulated by anyone. The manipulation thing with children thing is a default. Again, another default thing that we can't really make a talking point, right? That woman is manipulating my children. Gentlemen, that's the reality. You're focused on something you cannot control. What else? You've told us the truth. Okay. What else can you control that can actually change that narrative in real life? Not just the narrative you're telling yourself to make you feel better. What else can we do with the resources you have? Well, it's been 6 years. It's been 7 years. I lost a lot of the childhood of the children. Good. That's resource. That's information. If you can face that squarely and say, this is my reality, now you're able to actually create some greatness out of that. But if you lie to yourself with gender warrior talking points about your shadow follows you everywhere you go, everywhere, and you turn around like this, your shadow is right there with you. Same thing for you ladies. You tell yourself lies that makes you, this is how you know it's a lie. It makes you feel better in that moment. But then you have to remind us of that lie tomorrow. You have to remind us of that lie. If you're not living it, but you're telling it, but it's your truth, but it's not real. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to GEHGEH a little bit because we're not going to be here for too long. Let's go to our next one. GEHGEH.
25,000 people watch my lectures today.
25,000 people can relate.
GEHGEH University of Wisdom and Understanding. It's not even up to a week I open my school. More than 25,000 people watch my lectures today. And you feel that maybe the problem. If waiting at the talk, men not the experience, and if you say one person will pay attention to me, every time they saw my video, if to say men not the experience, I will not get the relevance when I get to this. So I'm not the problem, you are the problem. You don't want to work and you want to eat. Now the problem is that. And many of them don't even carry this on a mentality, this girlfriend mentality inside marriage. You go see man and woman, they inside house, they live together as husband and wife. The man get this family mentality, but the woman they separate herself and her children from the man. The man they use the money, they pay rent, if they pay school fees. You as a woman, they make small money. Instead they assist the man, you say this is the tire this person, you don't go do am. You go use your own money, take the support your own comfort inside the marriage. Think say that one your own comfort when you do so. Now the man you dey support. They will drive your children come from school. If the man not just still get, you not get to the one way you get, you not go gree pay. You go say no worry, when he collects salary, he go pay. Is that not wickedness? You call that marriage. Something happened for my community recently. The man want to tell you this thing, so frustration the man don't go, frustration carry and go.
Okay.
Wife when he marry for house, before the woman buy land, build. This one they tell you now, go my community, go ask. Anybody in my community will hear this story now, they know what they talk about. Wife when he marry for house, if they use the money, if they pay for everything, he do this one finish. At the end of the day, he can't go the year say, now the wife brother even tell am say your wife buy land today oh, buy land with the build so house oh. Now the wife brother now go tell the husband say see wetin your wife dey do, you even know sef.
Okay, so it's painting a picture of wicked women. Okay, do they exist? Yes. In fact, most of the problems is highlighting they exist. I agree with him. The problem with this kind of things is that I disagree 100% with their solutions. Their solution starts with the fact that they think just highlighting this stuff, like telling everybody, you know, let's just tell them the truth so they can know what to expect. They think that's a solution. Actually, no. You're actually stealing people. You're stealing people away from their own experience. There's a limit to everything. Everything in life is about balance. Yes, we can teach people what to watch out for, but to paint a picture of just women are just wicked, how do you think that's going to pan out? What kind of expectations do we have of these people we are teaching? That they will be happy for the rest of their lives? Is that how that's going to work? I don't think so. So he did a video. Let me see. Let me play this video for you. So when he dragged, he's actually live right now. Interestingly, let me see if it's live. Is it live? Oh, he's live. Let me see what he's doing live. How about that? Let's see. He's lecturing.
GEHGEH is foolish, I know.
He's live.
But you don't see wise man wey make am for Nigeria because you wise pass me, I mean, and the reason why you not better reach me. I not fit teach again. Now you know what you go teach. Jesus.
Money guns.
Jesus.
Money guns.
Today now they see this thing. No, I'm not there yet again.
Baby lion.
I'm not there. No, forget that way. No. Not be me there yet.
122,000 people watching him live as we speak.
Not be me. I did doubt.
Yes, lots of crews.
Jesus.
Yes, lots of crews.
Pella. When I go call Pella for me, where Pella?
Anyway, GEHGEH as blow. This was a video where he was dragging Seda Budge. Let's listen to
I spent up to 20 million. One time wouldn't hurt.
Seda Budge tutu. Seda Budge tutu. Seda Budge tutu. She na 20 million. I go pay. Seda Budge tutu. Seda Budge tutu. Seda Budge tutu. She na 20 million. I go pay. I buy you turkey, you know one set doggy. I send you transport, you know one set doggy. Allow me make I brand you like Padedian. Your papa na terrorist. See one boy you carry for back.
I spent up to 20 million. One time wouldn't.
Anyway, that video I just played, if you flag my video, I will delete it out of the video. Just FYI. Oh God, where do we start from now? Let me come to the chat, guys. Let me just come to the chat. Let's use the red. That's GEHGEH University for you. GEHGEH University of Relationships. That's where we are today. 122,000 people watching him live as we speak. Shout out to all 18 of you hanging out with me here today. I'll let you guys determine what the truth is. After all, that's the only way you're going to succeed. It needs to be your truth. You need to have that as truth. You need to understand this first of all. Let me come to the chat. Hold on one second. GEHGEH, is it a scam or is it not a scam? Let me pull that poll up so that is GEHGEH University a scam? or not? Scam. Okay, I just put question. Then we start that poll. We use that to end the show. Now let me come to the chat. Let's come to the chat. Let me see which one are they. Yeah. Akubeno, you see they here. Will they do show today? That Chucky says relationship is draining. Innocent indeed. What did that Chinye say? Let me see here. Okay, we got that already. Let's see. Kemi, hi Kemi. Just joining. Hope I haven't missed much. You missed lecture from GEHGEH. You missed lecture. Chinye, you're always so sweet. And to be confirmed it. Chinye is very, very sweet. She's a sweet person, of course. My dad said that to my mom, but we were the ones telling my mom to leave him because we experienced it firsthand. Kids are not dumb. There's a lot of men that are truly delusional when it comes to this idea that their children are going to look for them. Some children will look for you. That's true. Some, the exception. In this time and age, don't count on it. Let me listen to what these ones are saying. Let's see.
Different kind of truth.
So
kind of truth
this room right here,
had you told
they're talking about, do you think it's proper changing a child's last name due to a deadbeat father? I'm going to ask you guys in the chat as well. Do you think it's proper changing a child's last name due to a deadbeat father? And as a man, would you give your last name to someone else's child? Any consequences, any solution? That's what they're talking about. Let's listen to about 2 minutes. Let's see if there's anything important going on.
her son, who's 16 years now, has to deal with that. So when we have conversations like this, remember that he's going to probably be of age. He's going to hear certain conversations like this. Unfortunately, guys, I cannot tell you in detail what went on between them. It's something that I don't think I have the permission to talk about, But what I can tell you is let's be open-minded. Let's learn, because I'm also learning from each and everyone, from all of you. I don't think any of you can.
All right, nothing. There's no basketballs going on. Sometimes you just stumble into, you see basketballs. That's when the heat is going on. But anyway, let's finish up. Let's finish up with the chat. Okay, say I'm with him on this one. Fin responsibility must be shared equitably between couples. Yeah, but what he's saying, context is everything. You're right. He's right. Remember, it's 99% right? But the picture is painting is that women are basically leeches. Okay, so don't give them your money. You received it in as the truth that it is, because you're in a healthy place. People that don't collect GEHGEH, they will receive it as these women. They will just generalize everything. That's the poison in all of it. And I'm saying that so you can also pay attention from a self-awareness standpoint when you're listening to your favorites. How you interpret it is a function of who you are, what you're going through, or you just can't relate, or you can interpret it. Okay, that makes sense. Sometimes you stumble into a conversation like that makes sense, and you see a bunch of people are just angry, but you don't have the full context of why they're angry or super happy, right? Because again, we interpret from our own mindset, right? But when the brags provider now, jokers, you never suffer. We're provider, so leave that in. The problems exist, Chinye says. However, since he is giving it so much energy, they will continue to run into this type of women to validate their rhetoric about all women. Oya continue. That's a fantastic point, Chinye. Law of attraction. You attract what you fear the most. We're human beings. We're not things. We're not lions. We're human beings. We carry so much. Give yourself some credit. You carry so much. Greatness and trauma. And what you decide to consume can either boost your faith cometh by hearing, or can destroy and can just basically sow a bunch of fear in your mind. And like Chinye just said, You will basically you'll be looking for things to confirm things you think you already know. That's what you're going to be looking for. And guess what? This is a very, very big word. You're going to find them. You're going to not just find them. Before you find them, you attract them. So you will find them. Good point, Chinye. Fantastic point. Financial and domestic responsibility must be shared equitably between couples. Again, nobody's ever going to disagree with that. These are not the things that are destroying relationships. I know in the courthouse they give you infidelity, financial, irreconcilable differences. I promise you, those are not the things that are destroying relationships and marriage. What is destroying relationships and marriages is people not working on themselves. Okay? Pride, unrealistic expectations of other human beings. So, for example, if we use this this very truth you just posted, right, and somebody just happened to be in a weak moment, you don't have any level of grace because they're supposed to meet you halfway. Sometimes, maybe not you, but some people interpret that as all the time. They don't know how to recognize as, oh, this is a place of weakness. We're supposed to complement each other. This is a moving target. It's a moving variable. Sometimes for extended period of time where you might even be frustrated. There's no perfect husband or wife anywhere where you will not sometimes feel frustration, particularly because somebody is not holding their own end of the bargain. But the question is that how long should you be helping them or helping them hold it, right? Well, that's where the wisdom comes in. But at least we need to understand that there are nuances, and it's not the ones and the zeros or the black and the whites or the right and the wrongs. It's none of that. All of us know what's right and wrong. I know you might say, no, some people just are just wrong and just wicked. You're right. Avoid them. Work on yourself so you can avoid them, so you don't attract them. You know, Mara said, "Is this the TikTok you want me to join?" They said, "Have you seen you've seen the Manosphere here too now? Manosphere, baby feminists, they're on YouTube everywhere. They're on social media." Sorry for the vulgar song, Black Diamond. Everyone wants to be online. He's desperate. Listen, he's getting the attention. 122,000 people. Doesn't matter. We have more that number of people in psychiatric hospitals. Wow. That is an angle. I never thought of it that way, Black Diamond. That is such a profound angle to look at it from. Yeah, the numbers doesn't make sense, but it indicates that, or more people are collecting GEHGEH from inside relationship. Because everybody is zoned in. They want to hear it. We have grown men that you will look at, you say professionals and stuff like that. They are listening to this young man because he's saying something. That's how you know how fickle our minds are as human beings. Our emotions no be anybody's mates. Doesn't matter how knowledgeable, how educated you are. We are all emotional beings, and if you don't take care of yourself, you will catch triggers. You will catch emotions, right? And you might end up being mentored by GEHGEH or very dark man. That's what it is, because that's all it takes. Pain. If you're able to connect to someone's pain, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. I would just hope that you do the right thing with that skill set, as in like actually help them and not feed them medicines that will keep them in the damage, right? Another thing is that, do you even know what medicine to feed them, or you just know how to spell out the problem? Some people are very good at spelling out the problems in our society, and because they're very good at spelling out the problems, they will actually present as solutions, but actually there's no solutions, because you will notice you're addicted to them, because it makes you feel better that somebody else can relate with your pain. Just a little bit of sauce there for some self-awareness. They said they are making plenty dollars being a nuisance on TikTok. Listen, why are these young men so invested in sex matter? You wonder why Asians are advancing exponentially while our young people now mostly sex food their brain. You know, there's a video here that he did. There's a video here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. Not this one. Let's see. Not this one. Let's go back. There's this video that he did a few weeks ago when he ended the rituals. They did like a whole ritual. Let me see if I can't find it though. Oh, I found it. Okay, let's play this real quick.
Carry the camera, come. What be this? See, na baga soup. You know understand? Now today, we wan break the total fasting. 30 days total fasting don finally end today, and I wan do something wey go surprise una. Carry the camera come. Congratulations to me. Today is a great day in the history of Nigeria. You know understand? 30 days total fasting don finally come to an end today. 30 days of discipline, 30 days of perseverance and endurance, 30 days of saying no to toto. As I dey here like this now, sperm don gather for my body for the 30 days toto challenge. You know understand? Today we don finally come together, see people wey na recruit.
He did rituals to end their 30-day total fasting. Isn't that what we want in Nigeria? A bunch of abstinent men and women, virgins. If they can do that, suddenly maybe marriage will work out. Isn't that what we've been taught all along? Let's not be shocked. Let's not act all surprised now. That's what we've been taught all along. Oh. That's what they were teaching also. And you wonder why 120,000 people are watching. There are men that will preach virginity from a place of, they're everywhere on the internet. They're preaching from a place of hypocrisy, of course. I see that I've missed plenty, a little bit. We're rounding up. Is this the person 2020? Yes, now, right now, live. The internet is tolerating nonsense. University of Rada. There are truths in what he's saying, though. Shay, what's up, Shay? Good to see you, bro. Is bestowing the name based on money? Why do you give them the name from the beginning? I lost some context there. Hold on. In case the child wants to remove their dad's name. Okay, you're talking about the surname, right? In case the child wants to remove their dad's name for their own personal reason. No, in this case, I think a young lady who had been divorced was moving on, and she suggested to her children if they would like to change their name to her new man's name. I think that's crazy. That's wild. But the conversation, of course, turned into so many other things, you know. But let's see. I have Uncle Beno here to join us in the conversation. Uncle Beno, how you doing, sir?
Hey, MOP Paba, Alpha.
Is that Simbi's picture? Why you have Simbi's picture now?
You know, Simbi hosts on my studio. So
I know.
When she comes in, she will bring her pretty face. MOP,
yes, so.
GEHGEH na character.
Now, small cruise today, but some lessons too.
Abi, GEHGEH na character. You know, now everybody Nigeria dey for survival mode. So, and if you are on TikTok, you want to be on TikTok, you got to be controversial with a little bit of madness, yapping, whatever rubbish you want to talk about. So I think that's what they're doing. But having said that, I think there are some element of truth in what GEHGEH is addressing, though.
How much truth do you think is there, percentage-wise?
Well, maybe 50%.
I said 99% truth. I don't know if you heard me when I said it. It's 99% truth. The 1% poison is my concern.
I actually place it at 50% because why I say 50% is that everybody should use their brain. If you think GEHGEH is a professional relationship advisor, and you are listening to him, well, on your own,
you deserve everything.
It's also it also depends on the geographical location. So GEHGEH is probably speaking to his Nigerian audience, most especially those who live in Nigeria. So guy can just tell them everything the way he see it fit from his own Balablu angle. But then talking about, because I saw a couple of his video anyway, I usually just watch it just for fun or just to see what's trending and stuff like that. And you know, Tunde Ednut won't stop posting many of these guys. So sometimes I just click and watch. But however, with the topic he's addressing and the one you are treating today, I think GEHGEH is right with how some women move in terms of men stressing themselves out and trying to play Mr. Macho, killing themselves, and in terms of the responsibility they take on. Like, I think he was talking about somebody in his village that died trying to do too much and all of that. But the reality, as far as I can see it, is that if you are handling too much as a man, and the woman you are with is not contributing, the woman also belong to that WhatsApp group of, hey, you are the husband now. We are relying on you. You have to provide everything. Well, my brother, when you buy, in fact, the woman feel pity you maybe from 3 months before she begin benching with someone else. So, but then for the women who are listening to GEHGEH, I think they should just ride with the important things he mentioned and not the other one he's cashing cruise with. That's just my take with all of this is a university, wherever. But ask me generally, I think he's just cashing cruise. You know, you just have to go on TikTok and talk.
Well, here's the thing, Uncle Beno. We can call it cruise all we want. There's all kind of truth all over what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right? That's why people can relate. The best comedians in the world is because they use truth to spew joke. If it's lacking truth, like if it's like, oh, just fabu, it doesn't hit. The best comedians, the Chris Rocks of this world, even the what's the name of this uncle in Nigeria, Ali Baba, right?
Yeah.
Those people is because when you listen to their jokes, people like Basoj, people like what's the other one? The one that was on Honest Bunch podcast that was spewing some relationship stuff at one point. Those guys, they are very intelligent, smart people. That's why they are some of the best comedians. You know, so just because it's screws, we don't want to be dismissive about some of the things they are saying. You know, and to your last point there, the longest I've seen women listening to him is actually here right now. if you go on TikTok right now, it is men that are listening to him. So it poses the question. It's men, because men can relate with the pain he's saying, right? So yes, okay, Bakasi, thank you, Jerry. So I don't. There's no doubt in my mind that he knows too much. He's a very intelligent guy. Just because he's intelligent doesn't make him not dangerous. In fact, precisely that's what makes him dangerous.
Yeah.
Now, my angle to the danger is the fact that is precisely because it's spewing 99% truth, but then there's poison inside of it. That's the danger in it. If he's just talking, he's all diplomatic. First of all, nobody's listening to diplomatic people on the internet. It's boring. People like me. Yeah. So that's the number one level of, okay, that's safe, right? We also know that people gravitate towards anything that links with their pain. It's just what it is, you know. Now, are we going to ever fix this? And I'm not even going to try to fix it. Yeah. I just want to point it out to us that, hey, there's real things in what this guy is saying. If you can listen to what he's saying, there's some truth there. Especially some of our ladies are raising boys. They're raising sons, right? And sometimes it shocks them that their children are listening to Andrew Tate. And the first thing they want to do is be dismissive. I said, no, wait, don't be dismissive. What were you looking at? What happened? How come your son is being intrigued by what this man is saying? You need to pay attention to what that is, you know? So he's telling us, to your point, he's telling us that some women, he didn't say some, by the way, he said women. That's the danger. The fact that he didn't say some, and he's saying women basically go into a marriage and they do this, it creates a certain type of expectations, right? And in an era where there's gender war going on, where men are hanging around 35, 36, 37, 42, 47, and not finding wives, right? Look at what Marius just said here. Marius just said something.
MOP, I won't say they are not finding wives, so they are just being dumped.
No, it's not me that's saying it. I want to know. So,
yeah, I would say that.
We're 18 years on the 25th.
They are not finding wives, so they are just looking for somebody to boost their ego. And if they can't find that person, then they get confused and blame all the women for
Let me ask you like this, Uncle
Ben.
Beno. Are there wives? Are there wives out there in your opinion?
Plenty. And they see wives every day.
They no go agree with you. They
and
no
their
go
own cup of
agree.
tea.
Hey.
Yeah, that's their own cup of tea, because basically, if you are a man, if you really know what it takes to be a man, I swear, in every 10 women where you come across, you will see at least 6 potential wives there.
They will tell you you've been out of the game. That's why you're talking like that. You've been out of the game for like 15 years, no? Shay? They tell you don't know what is going on.
They go on.
They said you don't know. You know what did happen. You're just Uncle Beno. That's what they will tell you. I'm telling you what they will tell you. Well, that's part of their problems, because they are the one teaching themselves. Like GEHGEH, for example. Now GEHGEH can talk all theory all he wants, but he doesn't look like somebody that has much experience. He looks like he's 22-year-old. He looks like 2 years older than my son. You know. So, but it doesn't mean he's not a smart, intelligent person. That's not. He's saying a lot of things that make sense. That's precisely why it's dangerous. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I won't say he's saying a lot of things that make sense, because he's not saying anything new, in my opinion. I'm not taking away his credit for anything. I'm just saying all he's saying is just the rhetorics out there. Look, I'll give you an example. Well, anytime I'm training many of these guys that are into content creation and things like that, sometimes when they ask me, Uncle Ben, my page is doing well, but I'm still afraid of going live. I don't know whether my opinion will be skewed somehow. I simply tell them that, look, if you want opinion, solid opinion, and you can generate it on your own, go and watch people who are doing the same topic you want to work on. Just check what they are saying, jot whatever they are saying down, read the comments. Anywhere you see, say, the majority of the opinion is tending towards, just make that your point of view. Case closed. People will say you are sounding very intelligent. Oh, this person know what he's saying. So as far as I'm concerned, GEHGEH is not bringing out what is new about everything he said, MOP.
Yeah, you won't see anything new, because you have it's the experience in you saying that, you know, you won't. But the young, the one that ex-girlfriend from GSS2, if that's all you've been dumped by ex-girlfriend from GSS2, you go relate with GEHGEH. If you spend your 50 kobo on a girlfriend and then ended up with the popular guy in class and you couldn't get over that all this time, you go relate to. If your wife of 8 years dumped you out of nowhere, and somebody was able to help you, tell you that these women are just selfish, you go relate with GEHGEH. It's a one, you know.
Exactly. And that's why, like you said now, if you go to many of these guys who are just regurgitating whatever they grab on the internet, especially the things that favor men, a lot of men, they're saying, yes, my brother, yes, you spoke the truth. God bless Mama, we born you. Yeah. But is that what we're talking about? Is that the reality of everybody? No. So, and I 100% agree with what you're saying. If whatever GEHGEH is saying is considered 90% truth, and you have like 10% poison in it, now that 10% poison, I will scatter the whole thing for
it goes scatter your life.
That's just it.
It goes scatter your life. Because it's hard for me to disagree with the GEHGEH, because what he's saying is happening to some people right now as we speak.
Yep.
It is very hard for me to disagree with him. Shay, come up. Shay is trying to come up. I dropped the link. I'll drop it again. If you want to come up, I have a few more minutes to burn. Uncle Beno, thank you so much for. Are you going live?
Yeah, I wanted to address this.
What do you want to address? You don't see so.
Nezibai issue. So let me just go get it.
What you want to address? What thing?
Jamaica Nezibai.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll go come through. Okay, no Allah.
No Allah, Baba. I'm gonna take care. Hey, Rifa, I salute everybody.
Yes, sir.
I never start as boss. I know so now I won't find trouble, but I never chop this morning. Like I chop first. All right, MOP, thanks. Baba.
All right, boss. Take care. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. So if you want to come up, feel free. I just dropped the link again. Let me just read some chats and then I'll round up. So it's just a self-help group for scorned people. Yeah, unfortunately. But not, I won't say scorned. Maybe that's a little bit extreme. A lot of people are relating. If you've had any moment of you feel like it's unfair in a romantic relationship, you can relate with a lot of things they're saying. If you, even as a woman, you will be able to relate to something. You know, D said lies. We're getting proposals here and there, and people are getting married every week. Good wives day market, good husbands day market. Some people are far too chronicle online. Yep, I agree with you 100%. Again, what you see is what you see. What you can see is what you see. You have a certain shield on your face. Once you've had certain experiences, it's just very hard to get through. You have, that's why they call it healing. Adebusala, shout out to you, says he embellishes the truth. Yep. When you're blind, you can't see well. Precisely, babes wins. Precisely. Yep. Precisely. Shei says, wife call knife for knee. Well, I think Shei's trying to tell us something like there's knives everywhere. But feel free. I have another 4 minutes. We'll round up. Black Dam said, Uncle Beno, are you doing bro code? You have to do bro code now. What's it gonna do now? What's it gonna do now? Yeah, let's see. He's speaking on his pain. She says, speaking on his pain and things that are happening around him. Yes. So things are happening in life. Let's not get that twisted. So also be grateful if he's speaking too much extreme for you, but you find yourself calling your spouse, your partner being unfair, you're calling them out of their names, you don't know how to apply grace. Listen to GEHGEH so you can start to appreciate a little bit, because what you apply appreciation to also tend to grow. If you apply appreciation to all the bad things, all the small bad things that are happening in your life, it also grows. So it's about your ability to, to leverage gratitude from an intentional place. CSA is more than cruise. I think it's more than cruise personally too. There's definitely cruise is part of the ingredient it's using to grow viral, but the truth is more of the reason why it's going viral, and we should pay attention. If you have children, young men, you should pay attention to that. Marion says, I think it is close to 100 too. The average Niger chick is what he's describing. Problem is, he is the average guy too. So if that's the average, I don't know how to process that math, Marriott. It depends on how you look at average. Let's not look at the average Niger girl. Let's look at the average of people around you. Shei, you might want to restart. I'll give you another 2-3 minutes. You might want to. I see you in the studio, but no audio. Maybe restart your device or use another device. I'll let you figure that out. Maybe hopefully in 2-3 minutes. All right. So, what's the average people around you in your circle? The kind of average. What's the average type of people you attract? That's more important than the average Niger person. Average Niger person among 200 million persons. I'm not sure if that's relevant to anybody's life. We need to look at the average person around you. If you notice that the average Niger chick around you, who GEHGEH is describing, check yourself. Check into some form of rehab. There's something about you attracting those people. Because like D said, it doesn't have to be. There are 200 million people. You can literally change all of that. It's easier said than done. Agreed, 100%. I wouldn't ask my children that question if I remarry. Please never ask your children that question. That is wild. The lady that I'm talking about, I'm not going to mention her name. I'm actually not mentioning names anymore on my TikTok, because I was mentioning them at one point because people are emotional. So I will mention the content creators that I react to just to promote them, but not the specifics of the person. People are too emotional and you never know how far they go with their emotions. This young lady came on stage. I'll give you this gist and then we end. Okay. She came on the stage and she didn't intentionally do it. I think she was just speaking her truth. She told a story of how she's been divorced and how she would go back to her husband if not that her husband has remarried. Like she would go back today, but except that the guy is now remarried, but that she was too assertive. She didn't let him have a say. She didn't allow him to lead. I hear this all the time. Okay, whenever I hear a woman talking like that, it's either they've been listening too much to men on the internet. Usually that's the case. because it's not realistic. Now, it sounds like accountability, right? Yeah. I know. Listen, I've been having this conversation since 2020 during COVID. Okay. The gender war parts of it, I've been coaching since 2018. But the gender war, the thick of it right now, I've been having this conversation since 2020. Okay. So, or self-reflection, or but she was on the stage, so you have about 70-80 people listening to you live, and you're saying all those things, and a lot of the men are so happy. Men will claim, right? A lot of the men, not all men. There's some fine gentlemen out here. Don't get it twisted, ladies. If you think there are all bad men in this street, you're also wrong. Okay, you're also wrong. I see that you try to comment, but it's not working, bro. Probably the browser. So anyway, so a lot of people were, some of these men, most of the loudest men on the internet, they will say women are never accountable. So now when they see an accountable woman, they start getting wet. I say, calm down. This is how you get finessed. Okay, somebody has 70 people listening to them live. They are applauding them for accountability, so they continue to talk more and more in that direction. Okay, if we had enough baby feminists in the room, they will call her a pick-me. Okay, I don't think she's a pick-me necessarily, but she was. I was like, Then at some point I started to hear some guilt in what she's saying. Guilt is just as dangerous as blame, shame, insults, right? And guilt is not the same thing as accountability, even though there's a blurry line. There's a blurry line there, right? So she kept talking, and I think she was enjoying the attention she was getting from men just saying she was accountable and stuff like that. So young lady, before I knew it, you remember I did a review on a guy called X on TikTok, right? The guy that said his wife is fairly used. Anyway, let's leave that alone. Anyway, so I saw her on the stage of X. I think I don't know if she was trying to get some attention, whatever, but she was also telling her story. I don't think it's the attention thing. I like to give people benefit of that. I think she was just authentically enjoying that. Wow, accountability can feel so good. Well, we all like applause, like a little bit of applause here and there can go a long way. It's called affirmation, right? Words of affirmation. People, So, she went there, and then the following day, I stumbled into the other room, and not the other room, but the another stage on TikTok. And now she's talking about how I think so. She's talking about how she got dragged. I was like, I could have, because why? Because when you talk too long, you tell on yourself. No one is perfect. No woman is perfect. No man is perfect when it comes to relationship, right? And most people that end up in divorce, it's not because they were bad people, contrary to popular belief. Okay, it's because they don't have skills. That's why. It's not because the devil destroyed their marriage. They're their own worst devil. Okay, so of course, if you're holding yourself accountable and you're going and you're getting at, I start to look, okay, what else? Okay, that enough is enough. I could be wrong, but this is just what I was feeling at that point in time. So because she kept talking, guess what? She ended up telling them a story about having a 23-year-old son and a 12-year-old, right? And what happened? She ended up suggesting to her children if they would, I don't know if it's her children. I didn't hear the full story, to be honest, but she told a story of 23-year-old, 12-year-old suggesting to the kids if they would change their last name. That is crazy. Okay, those are grown kids. 12-year-old, if this was 200 years ago, will be about to impregnate a person. I'm not saying that's okay. Okay, so that's not okay to suggest that to a person. But of course, that conversation turned into how vindictive certain people can get. And yes, gentlemen, you can be an absentee father. It might not even be a fault of your own. Maybe they even block you. But this is real life. Oh. In love and war, all is fair. They might change your children's name. The question is that when crisis happens, do you know what to do as a man? That's really where the skills are. The skills is not telling yourself what is right and wrong all day long to make yourself feel better. The skill set that you need is how to respond. It's called responsibility. How to respond when the inevitable crisis in life happens. The crisis can be tough. Yes, it's easier said than done. This is why I said focus all your energy on working on yourself. Stop spending so much energy on shaming or blaming other gender. You're shooting yourself on the legs by doing that. So of course she talk until now she's getting dragged by the same man that she was pandering to. Yeah. It's real, guys. If you focus always on negative, that's what you'll attract. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Fact. No, Shay wasn't able to get inside. I see that I was trying to come in, but something is wrong with his browser, I think. And StreamYard can be stubborn too. If everything is, if your phone is too loaded, it will struggle, relationship will only get more complicated with this new generation gender warriors. Yes, facts. That's why you want to remove yourself as fast as humanly possible. Listening to Manosphere shake my head. Listening women. Yes, exactly. They will convince you. If you're listening to lies long enough, it becomes the truth. That's how unfair life is. That's why I said don't focus on this fairness stuff. Focus on your own power, ladies and gentlemen. Stop trying to do this equality nonsense. Focus on your own power. Keep your foot pinned on the neck of the enemy constantly. Stop looking for balance. That's what's wrong with a bunch of men. They're looking for a balance. If you help me this way, I help you a little bit, and then they're looking for perfection. It does not exist. The closest you can get into it is make sure you're not disengaged from your God-given power. Exactly, same with my mom. There are a lot of high-value men that prefer women in their 50s and 60s in Nigeria. Women in this age group are low-key winning big. Yeah, it's a struggle. But hey, get the help you need, ladies and gentlemen. We do offer coaching. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. The link is in the description, or you can just go to manofprestige.com. It's only $97, 21-day boot camp. If you're marriage minded, it's useful. Okay, 21-day boot camp. You can start anytime. It's virtual. However, you will get access to a one-time consultation with me, and you can also get access to the books, the digital version of the books, for free at manofprestige.com. I really hope that you've been enlightened, educated. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Turn up your like button, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified whenever we go live. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.